Good morning to you this morning, and welcome to this morning's reflection and to the beginning of a new week of reflections. Christmas Day is gone, and now we begin to look ahead to the coming new year. And those of us who are in the latter years of our lives, many of us who have made it as far as retirement, can delight in the coming year, delight that it is free of work expectations and work deadlines and work pressures and work responsibilities. And for those of you for whom those things are a reality, our hearts are with you. They're not easy things to bear as we kick off running into a new year, dealing with new visions, new projects, new pressures. But when you've retired, some of those things abate, and there is space and time now. And if there is not space and time in our retirement years, then we only have ourselves to blame. We have time now to focus on people and not projects. There is a freshness in these later years, and this speaks a foreign language to the heart. But we have to know what to do with this time and space. We have to stop trying to repeat the routine of our work lives, thinking somehow that this routine of getting up at a certain time in the morning and working a full day and going to sleep at a particular time at night, having packed as much into our day as possible, we've come to think that somehow that type of routine is indicative of worth. But if we can be open to the spaciousness of our lives, then we will be able to live happy and fulfilled lives. But it is difficult, so difficult, because we are creatures of a hard, driving, work-ridden society. So when we have time, we feel uncomfortable, and we try our very hardest to fill it, so that we can proudly proclaim how busy we are. We must produce something tangible to be worth anything. We do this because our society is productivity-centered. And so we think, well, what will we do in the morning when we get up if we do not have a place to go to work? And we realize that all we really know how to do is work, that in fact is what our lives have been about. Work gives our lives structure and meaning. Without work, what is there? But in fact, if you are retired, you are at a place of choice, reminiscent of when you were a child. Do you remember getting up as a child, and you had the whole day ahead of you just to play in? Just to play. Do you remember that? Yes. When you get up in the morning now, you get up to a clean slate. The day is yours. You get to write the story of the day. And so we have to learn what it means to live again, to live with God in spacious joy. We can decide to live with joy, or we can look back with bitterness. Bitterness that we did not do the things that we so wanted to do in our lives. Bitterness that we worked so hard for a company that so easily let us go and remembers us no more. At the end of our lives, it is only the end that is left. And we decide if we will live out this end in bitterness or joy. The rest of our lives depends on that decision. Retirement can plunge us into joy if we decide to recognize it and choose joy. And if we do that, then life will pour into us more fully than we could ever have expected. Just as the previous stages of your life were sweet, this now is too. There is a new sweetness in retirement. This is a time to rejoice in the past that has brought you to this point, and to rejoice in the possibility that this time holds. Be grateful for all the stages of life that have brought you here, for the memories that give you such deep joy, for the people who have helped you along the way. These experiences cry out to be celebrated. They are no more past than we are. They live in us forever. We can be proud of where we have been, what we have conquered as we grew, and what we became through what we did. What has the past taught us? There is meaning to be sucked out of our lives. We can be full of joy because we are in this stage of freedom. We can decide for the first time in life what we really want to do. We can decide if we will wear shoes or go barefoot and smile through life. We can be willing now to see the deeper meaning of our lives. We get to watch the sunsets, and if we do not, it is because we chose not to. We can walk over the lawn in the morning, feel the dew, smell the roses, pick flowers, and grow in our capacity to feel awe. We can be happy at 70, 80 or 90, knowing that we have lived and that we have had the gift of old age denied to so many others. We can allow ourselves to become reconnected with the Creator, with our own creative spirits, and with creation itself in ways that we have never done before. We can decide to smile at those we meet, to play with children, to understand young people. We can determine to pursue something new today. We can become learners again. We can feel the excitement rise in us. And when we do, we can give ourselves to those who have no one. We have it all. We have opportunity, we have freedom, we have wisdom. We now have the chance to be our best selves, and we can help others do the same. The burden of this time of life is when we fail to move beyond the bitterness of being displaced. And we fail to see this time as being set free to craft our own lives. The blessing of this time is to wake up drunk with the delight of being alive. Then we will be able to spread the joy that we have found in ourselves. And so today, whether you're retired or whether you're not retired, may you choose joy over bitterness. May you decide to live a life that is filled with the light of God. May you today choose God. Amen.